Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. We got a few bits to get our teeth into. We're going to start with this from WrestleVotes from the other day. I don't know why we didn't touch on this. It just didn't make it to the folder for some reason, but it should have. WWE is set to announce live primetime specials on NBC in the next few days. While the location remains unknown, sources say tickets are set to go on sale next Friday. We've heard some internal speculation about a Saturday night in December. Right, so these are the 4 specials that were negotiated by NBC USA Network when they managed to get Smackdown back to USA Network. They also negotiated 4 specials, right? There has been a bit more news on this today. WrestleVotes just 9 hours ago saying a source was able to confirm that the to-be-announced primetime special on NBC will indeed be presented as Saturday night's main event. This is so exciting. For those of you that remember Saturday night's main event, which goes all the way back, right, to the 80s, that really was such an exciting show. Like, they used to build, back in the day when we didn't have that many pay-per-views, they used to do Saturday night's main event, and this is where we would build towards that, and this is where some big things would go down on Saturday night's main event. So they were kind of like pay-per-views that were on TV, but they weren't as big, they weren't as long, we didn't have as many matches. The build for them wasn't quite as big, but they were bigger than a Raw or a Smackdown, right? Or back then, you know, the shows they had around that time, prime time wrestling, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm very excited about these. I'm really looking forward to these, and really excited that it's going to be branded Saturday night's main event. First one apparently in December, which if tickets go on sale next week, they're going to have to announce this thing next week. They're going to have to announce this thing soon. So keep eyes peeled. Dave, shout out to you. So Shayna Baszler has signed a new multi-year contract with WWE. That coming from Fightful. This is pretty big because Shayna always feels to me like someone that is on the outside. You know, she's not someone I see going after a world title at WrestleMania. She's not someone that I can see them giving Money in the Bank to or the Royal Rumble win to. She's just sort of like a really good hand to have. Like, if you need someone for a tag team, you can turn to Shayna. If you need someone for a faction, you can turn to Shayna. If you need a mystery partner, you can turn to Shayna. You need someone to compete for a mid-card title, you can turn to Shayna. You need a good opponent for a world champion, you can turn to Shayna. I don't think they'd put the belt on her, but like if Bayley needs an opponent for like a B show, you can turn to Shayna. I think she deserves better than that. I mean, her run in NXT was fantastic. She is legit. And honestly, I think like you could get more out of Shayna. So the fact she signed a new multi-year contract is great news. Obviously, don't know what that's going to lead to, but it means that she's got a future with WWE. Wrestle Night, shout out to you. So WrestleBuzz, thank you as well. Cultaholic says Dominic and Liv wore gear at Bash in Berlin with the I logo that apparently connected to AAA's top heel faction. I would not have known that. I do not watch AAA. I don't see much AAA. There's not much AAA in my feed. I mean, that is over my head and over 99.9% of fans' heads. I mean, the only people that are going to pick up on that are the people that watch WWE and AAA. And even then, you need them to have noticed. So, alongside this, Conan wore a Judgment Day shirt at Triple Mania, with the idea being to subtly suggest that the two groups are working together. Now, where the flip's that leading? Where's that leading? You know, we know that we've got relationships with all these different companies, TNA. It seems like there's a relationship with Noah. We've sent over some NXT talent to All Japan as well. Now are we doing a little summit with AAA down in Mexico? Don't know. Strategically, that would not be a bad move, actually. How we actually make that work, though, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You can't be bringing in a load of AAA talent and putting them onto Raw or Smackdown because no one's going to know who they are. But you could probably find a way of doing something. So very interesting. Something again to keep an eye on. Don't keep an eye on this. Wrestle features. The USA Network are using this new SmackDown logo to promote the show on their website. I mean, look, it's pretty much the same as the logo we have now. It's just like being bent a bit, right? Kind of folded back, whatever. I think this image doesn't help because I don't think this is a very sharp image. It looks a bit like out of focus, doesn't it? Like, I think this is just a bad image of it. I think when we actually see the logo, it should be hopefully sharper, a little bit more impactful. I don't know. I don't like it compared to the one that we've got now. I don't look at this as an improvement. It seems a bit darker as well. The one we've got now seems a bit lighter, seems a bit more bold and impactful. This one, I don't know. I'm not a fan. So yeah, not crazy about this, but it's not terrible. You know, it's not drastically different from the one that we've got. Plus, who knows, perhaps this is just a logo they're using and it's not a new logo. It's not like, not everything's going to change to this, but just be aware, USA Network, they are the new home of SmackDown. This is the logo they're using on the website, so this could be the new SmackDown logo going forwards. James, shout out to you. So Wrestling News reporting that Mr. McMahon's Netflix documentary is said to be an absolute double shovel burial of Vince McMahon. Some in WWE not happy about it. So Mr. McMahon Netflix, an absolute double shovel burial. That's coming from Conrad Thompson. And he's obviously got connections. He is the son-in-law of Ric Flair, the brother-in-law of Charlotte Flair, the brother-in-law of Andrade. So he's got connections, right? And he does like a podcast with Bruce Pritchard as well. So yeah, this is interesting. I could understand people in WWE being upset about this, and we spoke about it on the live stream because they are working hard to distance themselves from scandal and bad PR. And if Netflix is going to put a documentary out about Vince, you could understand WWE being like, well, we know that you're going to talk about stuff, but, you know, can we just keep it light in any way? Because we're really trying to not dig all of that stuff up. But apparently no. Apparently they've seen it, and it is an absolute burial of Vince McMahon, which is wild to me that Netflix would do this at this time, because obviously they get Raw next year. So, like, doing a documentary, I mean, unless Netflix are thinking, we want people to be aware that we are aware. We know the allegations. This is where we stand on it, right? We don't support Vince, but we do support WWE. I wonder if that's the kind of message Netflix are thinking that they're sending. I don't know. I could understand WWE being like, why are we dragging this up? Why are we dragging all this up? We've worked so hard to distance ourselves from this bad PR. So, yeah, interesting. I can't wait for this documentary. I'm really excited for it. There he is. Summers 91. Bret Hart returns. There we go. I was joking online. I said, this is giving me like mom helping out on a school trip vibes. Mom helping out at like a school summer fete energy. That's many joking. The Hitman is a legend. But I did get those vibes. So there we go. That's the graphic for Bret the Hitman Hart on Monday. Top Star has set her sights on Rhea WrestleMania match. This is Bianca. Bianca has retweeted someone that posted a picture of her and Rhea saying, I need this for WrestleMania, and Bianca retweeted that. So I don't think we're going to get that. I think it'll be Jade Bianca personally next year, but Rhea versus Bianca is a match people have been waiting for a long time on the main roster. USA Network have posted this. Obviously, they're still using this logo because that is the current logo. But is this going to change as of next week? And they've got Roman as well. The OTC has spoken. SmackDown returns home to the USA Network on September 13th. Some people thinking that this graphic and a few other graphics that have got Roman on might just be teasing Roman for next week. And it could do, because he was meant to be on SmackDown next week, but then it all went quiet. But obviously now we know that Solo against Cody is going to be a steel cage match next week. People are thinking Roman could return and cost Solo. So just worth being aware that Roman's being used heavily on the graphics promoting the SmackDown return. So NJ94, shout out to you. Mattel, this is Artem removes wife Nikki from his Instagram bio. All the word that's doing the round, all the gossip is that she's looking for a divorce. So she's looking for a divorce. That was the story the other day. She's not been spotted with a wedding ring. And now Artem has removed Nikki from his Instagram bio. So that's the latest there. The Boulder. Yeah, I just wanted to include this because I didn't know what this sign said that she signed. It says, diabetes can't stop me. I will be a champion. And there is Bayley signing it. So that's awesome, isn't it? Diabetes can't stop me. And in the background, it says, chokeslam me, baby. And it looks like maybe a QR code, maybe. Don't know. To be honest, I don't think many people are going to scan that, because you'd only scan it if you thought it might be Wyatt Sicks. And I don't think they would send a message that says, chokeslam me, baby. You know, that would be a whole new direction for them to go. Julian here said a fan had a sign that said, please break my sign, and KO did exactly that. It says, please break my sign, and it's got KO at the top and picture of it, and that's exactly what he did. Ripped it up. And then, honestly, look at this. 19 minutes ago, 17 minutes ago, Jimmy, thank you. Plenty of you tagging me in this. And Alexa Bliss Gamer, shout out to you. Let me know on the stream as well. So everyone that tagged me in this, I really appreciate it. You know that. I always try to leave likes on people that and make sure I follow those people because it is appreciated. So Wyatt Sicks says, I hear you. It shall be done. My life for you. Now this is interesting because I hear you. It shall be done. My life for you. My life for you is Bo talking to Bray. I hear you makes it seem like he's being spoken to by Bray. It shall be done means that there is an instruction. Whatever comes next has been sent from Bray. That's how I interpret this. I hear you. It shall be done. My life for you. Whatever comes next on Monday is going to carry a bit more weight, in my opinion, because in my opinion, whatever happens are instructions from Bray. It's not a very long message, but that's what I take from it. So how much do you now want to see what the Wyatt Sicks are going to do on Monday? Because all of a sudden now, if they go after someone new, and I don't know that they will, but if they attack someone new, then that's come straight from Bray. And that would explain why they go after whoever they go after. It might be that they're not done with American mates. It might be that there's still a bit more to do there. But it could also mean we go after someone new. So definitely very interesting. That love that. Here's Fadeaway Media saying he did the thing. Look, there's... You might remember Jacob doing that at a house show. Well, here, look, he did it at the end of SmackDown. He did it in the ring the other week during the house show. I don't know that he's done it on SmackDown before, but the head banged in thing, but there it was. He did it at the end of SmackDown. A SmackDown that I thought was... it was all right. I can tell you that during our live stream, no one was crazy about the matches. There was a few moments to it, but yeah, next week's going to be so good, though. Here's Sportskeeda Wrestling saying that Guerrillas of Destiny was mentioned on SmackDown. We need them to return to the painted face. Yeah, I agree. We do need a return to this. It made them so much more menacing. Made them look so cool. The ring gear as well. I mean, I suppose it's a little bit too Shield-esque, maybe. But, like, I just feel like we could do better than what we've got now. But the face paint, definitely. Julian said, I see people saying that the DIY theme got a little remix. I didn't pay attention. I need to hear it again. I didn't hear it. But there are people saying there was a little something at the start of the DIY theme. So definitely worth keeping an ear out for that. And here's WrestleVotes an hour ago saying, I'm told there are a few key figures within creative that absolutely hated the direction of the Giovanni Vinci angle tonight. So they had him come out and he was making his way down and we milked it and he was taking his jacket off. He gets crucifix pinned. 1, 2, 3, done. I mean, it's not a good look for him, right? It will get people talking though. You know, people will talk about that moment and it will get people talking, but they're going to have to follow it up with something credible. Otherwise, he could be buried before we even get started. So, yeah, apparently a few people not best pleased with the direction that went. Right, we've also got fun. Let's have a look. Fun. I don't think. Look at that. Nick Aldis said, "This is my new caller ID for Miss Green." So that is when she was playing more of a crazed character. I think this is more outside of WWE, actually, but that's pretty fun. Fun image to use for a caller ID. Look at this as well. Brilliant shirt. We looked at this on the show, on the live stream. Looks like one of those kind of horror B movies, you know? It's got that kind of vibe to it. Looks brilliant. I said it makes me think a bit of Tarantino. Death Proof and Roadhouse and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is cool, man. It's really cool. It's a great looking shirt. I sort of wish it didn't have the Scarlett bit, actually. If it just said the Devil's Bride, maybe Scarlett down here somewhere. But yeah, I mean, she looks amazing. The imagery's amazing. It's got a horror film sort of vibe. It's a great shirt. I really like it. So not much in fun, unfortunately, but we got a couple of little bits in here. So a new Netflix documentary. I can't remember if we've looked at this before, but it's all based on Dump Matsumoto. So it's all based on Japanese women's wrestling, talking about the 1980s going into the 90s. Bull Nakano and Aja Kong, you know, all those. So Manami Toyota. So, yeah, this is going to be fascinating. I don't know if it's a film or a docuseries. Apparently, it starts on September 19th. Trailer is awesome. I mean, I am so excited for this. It's brilliant seeing Netflix ramp up their wrestling content. You know, we got the Vince thing on the way. We got this on the way. I'm sure there's going to be other stuff as well as we head towards Raw, making that switch. So, it's brilliant again. Thank you. And here's Wrestle Nights. So here, in honor of the Intercontinental Championship's 45th anniversary, WWE archivist Ben Brown dives into the history behind the first title. So, yeah, fascinating. I've not had a chance to watch this yet, but I would love... I mean, that's the first title. I already know a bit of the history. So Pat Patterson was the North American champion, and he apparently went to Rio de Janeiro, where he faced the South American champion, and they combined the belts to form the Intercontinental Championship. So it's the North American and the South American brought together. Thing was, there was no tournament in Rio de Janeiro. I don't even think there was a South American champion. They just literally upgraded the belt from the North American Championship to the Intercontinental Championship and just came up with this fake story. So I have not seen this. I want to watch it. I'm sure there'll be some more facts about this that I don't know. But Pat Patterson, the first Intercontinental Champion, and that has always been my understanding as to how it all came about. So this we could keep on talking for ages, but other things to go and do. We got to do opinion videos and polls and reaction videos and all that stuff. So I'm going to run away, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Appreciate the support as always. We're back tomorrow with a UFC live stream, and of course we will have another Unseen. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.